Welcome everybody to today's episode. Honestly, just kind of how things been going. I've just been putting out, single interviews. I haven't really put out the full podcast, and I think I'm gonna do that, until quarantine's over and whatnot, and then we could, go out on the street, do some street interviews, have people come over my spot and do like some face-to-face interviews. But for now, I'm just gonna keep dropping interviews, basically just trying to check in on all my homies and see how they're doing through this quarantine. I know a lot of people are freaking out. But I think for the most part, everybody's been pretty chill now. Even though our numbers have risen. But yeah, today I got Tito. If you guys seen my first video that I dropped, Tito strolled through the park. Then you have a pretty good idea of how Tito, who he is and how he acts and stuff like that.
Bro, we can make so much shit with this shit. Bro, we just need props and people and hoes and cars and music. Woo! Bro, we could do like shit for clubs. Damn. I gotta learn this shit like guns. Nigga, I'm the one that came with the solution with the fucking Roni.
But yeah, I'm just gonna get his thoughts on a couple things. Nothing really prepared or planned, which honestly, that's kind of how we've been doing it lately. But yeah, bro, what's up, man? You trying to introduce yourself?
Like Hugo said, my name's Tito. How are you guys doing today? How's your quarantine going?
Man, right.
But seriously, stay inside. Do it for your family.
Do it for Tito. He's fat.
How are you?
I'm great, bro. I'm just trying to survive, man. Dude, this last week's been fucking nice outside too, so it's kind of hard to stay inside.
It's supposed to be 65 next week.
Right, and I could only imagine if I was like, in high school or I was in middle school, I would definitely, I'd be trying to go outside every day, especially since it's been nice. So I bet you it's hard for the kids to stay inside.
Right after winter too.
Right after winter, they have their schools off and whatnot. But I mean, I don't know. They've been saying that it's all right to go outside and like walk your dog or be in nature. So who knows, man? I know I was playing basketball yesterday with like 10 people were at the park, bro, and we were all hooping. So I don't know. We were playing defense right up on each other. So I don't know how that's going with, what they're trying to tell us to do. But yeah, bro, how are you feeling? So how are you feeling through the quarantine? Like what's your experience been like? How has your daily life changed, et cetera, et cetera?
My daily life has not changed as much as people think, honestly, because I've been inside my house for a while, so you know that. So
right.
But other than that, I'm just trying to keep my mind busy, keep my physical levels busy too. I don't like to be sitting down a long time. Got a little gym thing at home, doing like a lot of people that can do it. You know what I'm saying? Got some books. Got some coloring stuff, got all the movie stuff, got some online gaming.
So you just been staying at the crib for like the past couple of weeks?
I've been, I go to my brother's house or one friend's house, but they all live within a few blocks of me. Other than that, I'm staying inside.
What's the most people you've gotten with, or the most people you've been around is like last week?
Probably today.
Today?
Yeah, 5 people.
Dang. I was around 10 people, bro, but
honestly, I've been around it's been like one person and like 2 dogs kind of scenario.
So are you actually taking it seriously? Like, are you actually kind of freaked out, or is it to you? You're just it's just gonna pass. It's like a flu, flu.
It's definitely not the flu. Do I think it's gonna pass? Yes. Am I taking it seriously? As much as
out of 1 to 10, how serious are you taking it on a scale of 1 to 10?
Right now, it was like yesterday. It was probably like a 7. Today's more like a 8.5.
8.5?
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, I mean, I know recently, bro, like the numbers have risen, and obviously I'm pretty sure everybody knows U.S. is at the number one, the most cases. Yeah, America's number one right now. Not the most deaths though. We only have like 1,000 deaths and like 80,000 cases or 90,000. China's got like 8,000 or 80,000 cases and like I think 4,000 deaths, and then Italy's got the most. But dude. I mean, the reason I'm not like totally freaking out and just like panicking is because when this first, huh?
It hasn't hit home.
Nah, it's because when it first started, they were projecting it to reach 150 million people in the U.S. You know what I mean? 150 million. We're currently only at like 80,000. And then, I mean, just looking at all the numbers and, you know, when it hit China and then when it hit Europe, the death rate is very low, especially in our age range. So, I mean, I was expecting this. I mean, based on the projection that they gave us, I was already mentally preparing myself. All right, it might hit me. It might hit everybody around us. So that's why I'm not totally freaking out, you know, because I've already set expectations in my head.
Right.
And then it's not the deadliest virus out there. It's obviously it's bad, but it's always going to affect the people that it always affects, you know, the older, the young. But I understand why people, you know, are kind of freaking out, and I definitely understand the precautions. I don't ever want this to get like taken the wrong way. Obviously, I understand like I'm with it, bro. I'm like let's quarantine for 2 weeks and then contain it. You know, I'm trying not to touch people. I'm not trying to get too close to people. Except for yesterday, it was just like, nah. I was trying to hoop, bro. I was trying to hoop, bro. But yeah. And then obviously, you know, I'm around my parents. They're old.
Like a quick quarantine where people weren't even coming in and out. You know,
right?
They had like troops cleaning the streets and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like people weren't even getting food. That's how bad it was.
But if you look at China right now, they're doing pretty good.
They're the number one controlled country right now. They were the first ones to do it, but they took extreme measures. I feel like us in America, we're not doing that. You know, I'm saying us because yesterday I drove around a popular park and there was a lot of people, and I didn't even get out because I wanted to go for a stroll, but I was like, whoa, there's too many people around.
Yeah, there's definitely people that aren't taking it like serious enough. So there definitely has to be you definitely have to take it serious. You can't just take it lightly. Like some people are doing, and that's kind of helping with the spread and whatnot. But I mean, it's kind of hard just to like shut everything down, man, especially in America when there's so many different ideologies and political views and just so many different like opinions and stuff like that. There's always going to be a certain amount of the population that's not going to take it as serious. And it's kind of hard to control that if you're like, you know, like the president or in government, you know, like the governor, stuff like that.
Not yet, at least.
Right. And
because they could get the guard in here and really start keeping people.
And I'm not trying to
ticketing people, sending people to jail, all that stuff.
I'd rather give us the options of all right, or at least them telling us to stay inside and then giving us the option to stay inside, versus like martial law where they're forcing you to stay inside. Because that's not America, bro, and it's scary that a pandemic could introduce like martial law to the U.S. You feel me? Like what's the next thing that's going to shut down everything if the virus already shut? Listen though, what's the next thing that's going to shut down everything if the virus already did? You know, like it's just going to keep getting worse, and it's going to be a snowball effect, and they're going to try to shut down the government and sports in the world if like any little thing happens. So that's another part that I'm kind of scared about. But yeah, go ahead, bro.
I don't want martial law to happen, but I'm not saying like this is the thing. Once people start realizing that it's life and death, once people start realizing that their family members are dying, like that's when people are really gonna start saying, okay, we gotta be inside. But people are trying to prevent that till it gets to that point. Now, when it gets to that point, that's when people are going to start listening. People don't care about a situation until it happens to them, bro. Right. That's how it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Until that shit hits home, you don't give a shit about it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not saying martial law should happen, but if they need to get people start getting more...
So you want the government to regulate or to enforce people or to enforce the law on people to stay inside?
Yes.
For real?
It's probably going to get to that point. But I'm not saying martial law...
I don't think it's going to get to that point. I mean...
It has to, because Americans are not going to do it, bro. Right now in other countries, they're ticketing people. They're sending people to jail. They have curfews at 5 o'clock. Like you can't go in or out, bro. And those are the countries that are like getting the most result right now.
But when they start legislating stuff like that, bro, it's like that's like the opening. Like that's the opening to get in there and start legislating a bunch of stuff and trying to enforce those type of rules. So I don't think they should even open
that's
the.
Why we should all stay inside right now.
Right,
To that point.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? But
but there's states.
Stubborn, bro.
But there's states. I feel like there should be. I feel like that should be a state.
Chicago?
I feel like that should be like a state by state thing, because there's states that aren't really that affected right now that are doing pretty good, and then there's other states that are like heavily affected, like New York and stuff like that. So in those in those areas, definitely, you know, I don't even know if like patrol. I don't know about patrol or put martial law, but definitely enforce it a lot more than you would the whole United States.
Because I heard a lot of those people are fleeing towards the Midwest, and they're bringing the corona with them.
That's true. I could see that happening too. That's what I'm saying. Like in those states, like don't let people leave, have people quarantined, and you know try to kind of mitigate that a little bit and not have it get bigger and whatnot. But what I'm hoping.
Guess where the corona is not?
What? Somalia?
Antarctica.
Huh? Yeah, I know.
Antarctica is the only.
Same with Africa, bro. Africa's doing good. Africa's definitely doing good.
Imagine that. Africa, third world country in some parts.
That's because it's hot over there, bro, and that virus doesn't survive in the heat. That's why these type of viruses, respiratory viruses, usually pop up in like the winter and whatnot.
Right. They said you gotta sweat it out and blah blah blah.
But yeah, we got to get Jesse on here. I want Jesse and my boy Jason to kind of have a discussion, bro. I would love to see that shit, and I'm not even gonna put my 2 cents into it. I'll just be the mediator. Because honestly, this show, bro, I think I like interviewing people more than like just putting out my own ideas. I want to be a journalist as far as like I don't want to have an affiliation with the left or the right. I want to be in the middle. So I'm gonna ask fair questions to people on the right and then people on the left. That's gonna get people thinking a little bit. So I'm more like I like doing more of an interview versus kind of just like putting out my thoughts, which I'll definitely have times where I'll do that. But for the most part, I want to hear your opinion. I want to see what you're thinking. So yeah, let's off of that. How has the virus affected anyone close to you, or do you know anyone that you know that's close to you that has the virus, or anything like that?
Not to like that extent, but I do know people. One of my good friends, his cousin has it, and he's in the hospital, and apparently he's got it kind of bad.
Right, how old is he?
And he's like our age.
And he's got the coronavirus, and it's kind of bad.
Yeah.
How bad? What's going on?
I don't know. He's been in the hospital for a few days.
It's just a quarantine, bro.
My buddy said that he can't breathe that well. It feels terrible. He can barely breathe. Like, it's bad. So, and then right now, one of my friends' sisters has it, but not here.
What do you mean not here? Not in Minnesota?
In Mexico.
Who?
One of my friend's sisters has it in Mexico.
Oh, dude.
She's like a very sociable person, I heard.
Mexico doesn't have that that many cases.
Resources?
Cases. Maybe not resources either. I haven't took a look at their economy recently, but Viva Mexico, Durango, Boleras, but
wow, first time I ever heard you say that.
Fuck you, bro. I say it when I need to say it.
That was one of those moments, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean, it hasn't really affected anybody near me.
You don't know anybody that has it? Anybody, your friends, cousins, anybody that like?
Yeah, some of my one of my aunts, or not aunts, but like someone from my parents' town has it and whatnot. Not in Mexico, but in the U.S. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to think about it. I deleted my Facebook just because I'm sick of hearing people's opinions and all this fake news. I just want to do my own research and just have my own narrative versus try to have people influence me on what I should believe and what I shouldn't believe. And I think Facebook definitely does a lot of that. I love the memes on Facebook though. That would be the only reason I would want to stay on Facebook. But other than that, I don't care about people's opinions, bro. That's the only time I care about your opinion is if I'm interviewing you, bro, and you're interesting,
I do know.
As far as like you though, you just got Beamer, huh?
Maybe.
How you liking that?
It's good. It's nice. It gets the job done.
Right. What year? It's 08, right?
Yeah, it's a project. We're trying to start something, but that's a different story for another day.
Oh, you're trying to have it like be a finished product before you start putting it out there, huh?
Something like that.
Goofy, yeah, little boy.
I'm trying to start my own little something,
I feel you. Anything else you want to say about the coronavirus, or?
Stay inside your house. Think about your family. Think about your friends. Stay inside your house. You want to go outside. You want to go to concerts. You want life to go back to normal. We have to control this. You know what I mean? This was something that was brought out to us by evil men. That's what I think. And now we have to control it. We have to unite as one. We have to help each other, look out for each other, but also at the same time be safe while we're doing all of this. Do your part.
Would you say you said it was man-made or what?
Yeah.
Oh man, should we get into that? That could be a whole hour.
You want to?
Let's go for it.
Because this is what I want. Can I just put a little scenario out there for like a question?
What do you mean?
What I'm saying? So this virus was in this lab that's like a certain level lab where only these viruses are. You know what I'm saying? How did that get out of that special room instead of that special lab out into the streets?
Hey, all I gotta say about that is I'm gonna post that video right now that remember when I showed you that senator talking about it? I'm gonna post that video right now just so people could see kind of where we're coming from.
I would note that that Wuhan also has China's only biosafety level 4 super laboratory that works with the world's most deadly pathogens, to include, yes, coronavirus. They also claimed for almost 2 months, until earlier this week, that it had originated in a seafood market in Wuhan, that locals had contracted it from animals in, say, bat soup or snake tartare. That is not the case. The Lancet published a study last weekend demonstrating that of the original 40 cases, 14 of them had no contact with the seafood market, including patient 0. As one epidemiologist said, that virus went into the seafood market before it came out of the seafood market. We still don't know where it originated. Could have been another seafood market. Could have been a farm. Could have been a food processing company. I would note that Wuhan also has China's only biosafety level 4 super laboratory that works with the world's most deadly pathogens, to include, yes, coronavirus. Yet China is still lying about all of this. They've been lying about it from the very beginning, and you don't need their history of lying about SARS in 2003, though it is relevant here. You just have to see what's happened over the last 2 months. We now know that the first case manifested no later than December 1, even though China didn't reveal it to the WHO until a month later on December 31st, when they continued to hide it from their own citizens. And they continued to say that it had been contained inside Wuhan. Today, it is in every single province in China. Also, while you were sleeping, China now has its entire border with Russia closed. 2,600 miles. Russia has closed that border. El Al has shut down travel between Israel and China. Air France has shut down travel between China and France. And that's in addition to all the other countries that have already shut down travel. From what we know so far, and there's still many unknowns, this virus could have both a long incubation period, as much as 14 days, and individuals could be contagious while asymptomatic, which was not the case with SARS in 2003. I want to talk about the biggest and the most important story in the world, the Wuhan coronavirus. This coronavirus is a catastrophe on the scale of Chernobyl for China. But actually, it's probably worse than Chernobyl, which was localized in its effect. The coronavirus could result in a global pandemic. While you were all sleeping overnight, the number of diagnosed cases in China increased by 30%. Now, let me be clear, that's not new cases, that is just newly admitted cases. It is probably several orders of magnitude higher than that. Now, look at China's own actions. They have quarantined 60 million people, 60 million, more than the entire population of our West Coast. They've shut down schools indefinitely. Classes canceled nationwide indefinitely. Hong Kong, a part of China, has basically shut down all travel from the mainland. That's why it is essential that we immediately stop all travel on commercial aircraft between China and the United States. Making exceptions, of course, for American citizens to come back, as we just brought back yesterday, allowing essential trade to flow as long as crews on ships and aircraft are not allowed to go into the general population in America, and making exceptions, of course, for medical personnel to go into China to try to get a handle on this.
Exactly.
Beyond that, I don't know what the motive was. It's always usually money or power. But I don't know who started it and what. And I don't like going down that rabbit hole because nobody's ever gonna know, no one really knows. But there was this U.S. senator that definitely raised some interesting points that we're kind of referencing right now, as far as like, you know, Wuhan has the only man-made or the only laboratory that's able to handle those type of viruses in China. Patient zero didn't originate from the fish market, which a lot of people were saying. You know, just a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense, but you know.
Exactly. We want answers as humans.
This is when we got to bring in Jesse, bro, the conspiracy theorist.
I just like how, you know, I just want to know something of that level leave a room like that and get into the public, bro. That's what I want.
I mean, maybe someone got exposed to it and they didn't know they got exposed, and then they started, you know, exposing, you know, family members, people around them, stuff like that. You know, who knows? There's a bunch of theories, and that's not a.
Right after that, the Chinese said that American soldiers brought it to them, and then America was like, no.
Hey, did you hear that 5G conspiracy and shit?
Yeah, that supposedly it's because of the 5G or whatever.
Yeah, that in China when they brought out 5G, people they get the same symptoms as they would with the virus, and it's really just the 5G that's causing, you know, these type of effects on people. That's what I said. I don't believe none of that. I'm not a. Anybody that knows me definitely knows that I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't like going down that rabbit hole. I like looking at facts and numbers. That's all I look at. But yeah, that's interesting, bro. It's sketchy for sure, man.
Right. So, like, I'm saying, like, I don't think people should like get too close maybe to the 5G towers, you know, because maybe there is something to it, you know. But I don't think that thing's shooting out waves or anything like that would actually cause that much harm to a human body. You know what I'm saying?
Who knows? They've never really tested it on humans throughout a long period of time. Or I don't know. Who knows, man?
Right. So, you know, those are just like questions that I would want answered, you know. But they should have these facts. They should have some sort of resources to back their, hey, this is safe, you know.
Yeah, they always have to go through FDA approval and whatnot.
Exactly. So we at least got the FDA and stuff like that, FCC or whatever it is.
FCC's for like radio and movies, I think.
Isn't it like on products and stuff like that too?
The FCC, nah, it's the FDA, I believe, that's on products, right?
It should say that on the back.
Who the fuck are you? Oh my god, bro! I just got to peek at your fucking socks and your old man legs, bro. I thought that was somebody in there with. I thought your dad was in there with you, G. Oh my god, bro! You looking? This nigga he's sitting in his underwear. I have to say, bro.
No, bro, some shorts.
You goofy as hell.
I'm watching Hall Pass.
How you gonna watch? How you gonna wear dress pants as normal pants? Oh, damn, bro.
It cut off off. I don't
No,
know.
I just forgot, bro. I haven't been recording this, dog. I haven't been recording your FaceTime video. I forgot.
Wow.
That means you're not gonna be on. You ain't gonna be
I
on.
was gonna ask you. I was like, yeah, you recorded my face because I was doing some funny shit.
Now I'm recording your face. So just this last like couple minutes of the interview, your face is gonna be up.
Not on it.
What?
Not on it.
Right. But yeah, like I said, anything else you want to mention, bro? I think that's gonna wrap it up. Like I said, we're just doing quarantine style interviews.
Keep your mind busy. Work out. Grow. Learn something. Stay positive. Help each other out. You know, we're all humans.
We are all humans.
You know, so everybody just keep
Great message, bro. You should be a politician.
Ha,
Play both sides, bitch. Pander.
never.
But yeah, this has been another interview with your boy. That sounds so corny, man. But it's been another interview with me, talking to my guy, Tito, just about the coronavirus and what's been going on, you know. But yeah, man, eventually we'll get more political and we'll get longer interviews and whatnot. We'll get more people in here.
Have you seen any good movies? Maybe some suggestions out there for people. Maybe some ideas.
Bro, I haven't been doing anything these past 2 weeks, but
some games, you know.
Working on this stuff and playing video games. Games, I would say, man, Apex. Get
What's
that
your gamer tag?
Nah, I should give it. I'll put it in the video right under here. It's gonna be.
Just say it. Just say it right now.
I forgot it, bro. It's long. It's like XO Juice MX24XO, I believe. I'll fact check it though.
I'm gonna say
Get that Warzone, bro. Get Warzone. It's cross-platform. Do it right now.
Chapo 612.
This guy. All right, bro. It was good talking to you. Hit me up.
All right, for sure, bro. Stay up.
Yep. Another interview. Bow.